If you see the creative people as programmers, poets, writers, composers, designers, yes, they are children of the night. Why? Because the day has gone. Deep silence around. Stars are open and creative mind works extremely good. Metaphors shine, melodies fly. Imagination creates magic, which daylight doesn't see. Why? For the same reason that the lovers of the whole world prefer night. The night gives freedom from the noisy day logic. The night opens space for the inner cosmos. Most individuals are aware of the outside factors that can affect their sleep cycle. We've all felt the effects of binge watching Netflix all night. I know I've woken up super groggy after scrolling through social media right before bed. But there are also a few internal factors that affect your sleep cycle. They may also attribute to why you feel more productive at nighttime. Human evolution, genetics, brain structures. Human evolution. Scientists have studied how the human sleep cycle has developed. They have found that it is logical for humans to have differing sleeping patterns. This allowed large groups of early humans to have protection 24/7. Those that preferred to stay up at night were able to protect everyone else that slept. Then the night owls had protection in the daytime. Society has modernized and operates in the daytime. As a result, individuals that are productive at night have had to adjust. Genetics. Scientists have also learned that our preferences are also affected by our genes. It is very possible that you inherited the night owl gene variant from an ancestor. This gene variant in human DNA influences our internal clock. Since every person's DNA is unique, this can cause differences in everyone's sleep-wake cycle. The gene variant can even shift the 24-hour sleep-wake cycle by 60 minutes. Brain structures. Your brain structure also contributes to day-night preferences. Scientists discovered that night owls have less white matter in their brains compared to those that prefer the daytime. White matter is tissue in the brain that affects brain function and learning. It also serves as a vehicle of communication between different areas of the brain. Many external factors affect your natural inclination to being productive at night. But I also ask that you consider these internal factors as well. Living in a world that operates in a way that contradicts what you naturally prefer can be difficult. But it's not completely your fault. Being a natural night owl could just be a biological matter. If you keep those things in mind, you'll be able to flourish no matter what time of day it is. Another answer is cortisol. Your body generally produces cortisol in the morning to wake you up or during stressful times to help you make it through. Your cortisol levels when living in a generally unstressed state should taper towards the end of the day. However, if you have fluctuating cortisol, it can spike after 10 p.m. if you don't start to relax and go to bed. This spike can be caused by mental, environmental, or physiological stress, even digestive stress. So if you have time to work in the middle of the day, but find that you are sluggish, here's a theory for you. If you have low-level anxiety or suffer from perfectionism, you may procrastinate your work through the day. Then when the deadline of the night comes along, your body shoots out a little cortisol, and you feel alive, clear-minded, and focused. Then you may start to feel a little wired as the night goes on. Cortisol can feel great, but it is a stress hormone, and too much of it can be harmful to your system. Also, you can wear out your adrenals, as I did, and have a whole host of problems arise from that. Be careful with your body. If this does not seem to apply to you, congrats. If you do it pretty often, monitor your need for coffee in the morning and your cravings for sweets in the afternoon. These warning signs can suggest you might need to back off of night crams for a little while. The majority of people are neither night owls nor larks, and the difference between the two is not as much as people usually think. Some people just have a slightly longer or shorter circadian rhythm, but even that can change over our lifetime as we grow up in age. And it is not natural for 99.9% of people to be at their peak before midnight. So this is not biological but a result of your lifestyle and habits. Sleep at 10 p.m. is not the same as sleep at 2 a.m. So when we go to bed matters as much as how long we sleep in total. Also, the quality of sleep makes a big difference. If we go to sleep when our brain has not had sufficient time to produce melatonin because we stared into a blue light emitting computer, we're active, or late at night, etc., our sleep will not be very high quality. We then wake up groggy and not well rested, which can make us inefficient the entire morning. I have noticed that some people become productive at night because all of a sudden they have more pressure because they did not get done anything all day, and so they get started. And what usually happens when we get started on work is that we realize it is not as hard or taxing as we thought, and we get into the flow. They could have achieved a similar flow earlier if they got started. And whether or not we start and really give it a fair shot also depends on our expectations. If we are convinced we are night owls and mornings are not for us, It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. From personal experience, I used to consider myself a total night owl. But for many years now I get my best work done in the morning. I wake up every day without an alarm at around 6 a.m. I make my sleep an absolute priority.